on some paperwork, I know how to go. I did have a couple questions right here that I was going to answer. That I came into and try to wait see if anybody jump on here. Just leave a message if you got a question to ask. If you hop on, let me know where you from. Somebody leave a message. I know it's somebody on there. I'm trying to see if it's going to pop up. I don't know me. Typing a message to me whoever just came in. Anyway, let me go into this video though. If anybody come on, just go ahead and leave a message and I'll try to answer. Do I think child or non-emergency medical transportation will be better? Which one do I think will be better right now? To answer that question, to tell y'all the truth and answer that question, I think non-emergency medical, which is better. Me, honestly, I think you should just be doing transportation just in general right now, with everything going on in the economy and everything like that. But Medicaid rates are always changing. I think you should be doing all types of transportation right now. But to choose a child or non-emergency medical transportation, if you're going to go one or the other, I would go with non-emergency medical transportation. Because people always have to get to the doctor. Older people, they're going to always have to get to the store and things like that. Child transportation is not necessarily needed. You know what I mean? You get the younger daughter or the teenage child, so they can carpool to get that child to school if they want to. Does that make sense? So I would say I think right now non-emergency medical transportation you would make more money with that. It's almost I would say a pandemic proof business because people are always going to have to go to the doctor. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put my earpiece on and see if that works. Bro, this hold up. I don't even know what this thing on. Is that a little bit better right there? I didn't even know I had the earpiece on. Is that better right there? Okay, okay. Yeah, I ain't even know the earpiece was hooked up, man. My bad, man. I ain't even know. I'm sitting here in the bed. That's my fault. But what I was saying was I would say non-emergent. Uh, hold on, I'm gonna turn this joint off. You should be able to hear me now, man. I would think so. You should be able to hear me a lot better. But what I was saying was that I think that non-emergency medical would be better than child transportation right now. The question was, do I think what should I do, child or non-emergency medical transportation right now with everything going on in the world? And I was saying non-emergency medical transportation. Well, really, I think you should be doing all transportation right now. But between the two, I would say non-emergency medical because parents they can always say, we can get carpool, we can do this or do this.
But non-emergency medical, people gonna always have to get to the doctors. People gonna always have to get to these places. So that's why I would choose that. And if you got a question, man, put a go ahead and type it in, man. And I try to answer that question for you. The next question that somebody asked, and the reason why I'm doing these lives, y'all, I'm gonna start trying to do them because I'll be so busy, man. I can't, I don't be replying to comments and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get better with doing this type of stuff. So if you got a question, leave it in a comment. I got about 15 minutes to be on here. The next thing is, what kind of car should you purchase? I always get that question. Somebody asked me that last night. People always ask me that. It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing child transportation, you should get a 15 passenger. Oh, that's what's up, man. Oh man, hey, you been doing it for 7 years, man. Man, you need to get up on here, man. You need to give me your information, man. That way, you can share some knowledge with the people, man. I haven't really been doing non-emergency medical transportation for long, but I just been blessed to have a buddy that been in the game for 25 years, and I've learned a whole lot from him. But yeah, we should link up, man. You should link up, man, and we should do something. You probably got some tips you can share with somebody, man. My email is inspireyourself2018@gmail.com. Email me on there, man. And let's link up. Let's do a video or something together. But anything you can share on the channel to help the people, man. That's my whole goal. Yeah, you can start with a minivan. You talking about child? Are you talking about cab? Are you talking about non-emergency medical? Or are you talking about child transportation? Even when you can start with a minivan, but for child transportation, I wouldn't start with a minivan because of the money, man. When I had that GMC Envoy and that Denali, I really wasn't making no money because of the profit margins. So when I got them 15 passengers, I was going to schools and we was putting 15 kids in there from two different schools, stuff like that. We'll get 10 from one and 5 from the other. So we was doing 15. But for non-emergency medical, yeah, you can start with a van, but you're not gonna be able to do no wheelchair trips. You ain't gonna be able to do that. If y'all got a question, just put it in the comment. I'm answering. I see a couple more people popped in. But what I'm doing is I'm answering a few questions I got written down on a piece of paper. And if you put something in on a comment, I'm gonna try to answer the question. I don't know everything, y'all. I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability. But I'm gonna start going live. That way I can answer questions on the fly if you do decide to get on here. Because I know I'll be taking 2-3 weeks to answer people questions. But yes, you can start with a minivan. But you're gonna have to upgrade sooner or later and get your wheelchair if you talk about doing non-emergency medical transportation. Um, I was actually answering that question: what kind of car should you purchase? Non-emergency medical transportation. Don't go broke trying to get no brand new vehicle. I mean, I would say it all depends on your budget. All depends on your credit. You got to look at all that stuff, man, because y'all got bills to pay. Y'all just starting. Y'all gotta understand we are small business owners, so it's like you got to take all that stuff into consideration. Don't be no fool like me. Make the mistakes that I made. But well, from my understanding, no, I didn't. I didn't go to Medicaid route, but you can go to Medicaid route. Um, You can, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people build their business. If you look on non-emergency medical transportation companies on YouTube right now, some states I heard through this channel that you got to deal with Medicaid, but uh, for me, no, I don't fool with Medicaid. Is it something that I'm trying to get into? Yes, but you got to understand. For me, I work in the mental health field, so I understand how Medicaid go. And then a dude that I've been dealing with, he been in the game 20 years. He don't fool with Medicaid. Yes, he's linked through their portals, NC Track, stuff like that. But a lot of times Medicaid over the years, they didn't drop their rates. So a lot of people deal with private pay and just do Medicaid as fillers. It can keep you busy, but the thing is, depending on what your rates are, how much you're getting paid, you know what I'm saying? You may not be making no money at the end of the day. Oh yeah, that's what's up, Sammy. Yeah, get my email, man. Inspire yourself 2018 at gmail.com. Send me an email with your name on there, man. I definitely link up with you and we can do something, man. Cause you probably got a lot of knowledge on non-emergency medical transportation. Somebody just asked me a question about Medicaid. Medicaid. Medicaid ain't really paying no big money now in North Carolina. So yeah, you can start with Medicaid just to have some trips and stuff. But I'm always gonna preach, build your private and you know, do Medicaid on the side, that type of stuff on the side. You get it, but don't I wouldn't depend on that because you can build your private side up, man. I done seen companies do it. But of course you still can have Medicaid also. Somebody else might tell you something different, but I only can share with you, what I do, right? All right, I'm gonna go ahead to the next question. I got about 10 more minutes left on here, y'all. So if you got a question, go and ask. How much money should you have when you start? That's another question somebody asked me. You really don't need to have a lot of money. You need to have money or you need to have credit. Well, you said, Sam, you started off with Medicaid. That's what you said. How much was the rates? How much were they paying you? And somebody told me I could. I'm gonna try to get a go Facebook and do Facebook lives. That way I can talk to y'all, face to face. I can add people in, stuff like that. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to make me a Facebook page over the next week or so. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But how much should you have when you start? I'm waiting for Sam to go ahead and reply on the comments, you guys. But on his how much he was getting paid from Medicaid. Well, not really. That's not true. All the way together true. It depends on the clientele. A lot of people don't. So you gotta realize there's a market for everything. It's people out here with money that don't. It's people out here with money that don't rely on Medicaid. Everybody don't have Medicaid that's in a wheelchair, if that makes sense. Yeah, right. You can use Medicaid as your entryway if you want, but you would have to eventually want to do private pay. That was Sammy was saying. You eventually want to do private pay. He been in the game 7 years. Like I know a guy, my mentor, Mr. Morgan. He been in the game 20 years. You guys, whoever asked me how could you do private pay with it, he charged $85 one way, $160 round trip. I don't know nobody getting them prices, and he doing 25, 30 trips a day. You know what I'm saying? He doing 25, 30 trips a day. So that's not all the way true. You have to find the right clientele. See, the thing is, a lot of us don't have the patience to build up our client base on private. We want to get in and hurry up and start. But for me, I'm taking this slow. I'm not in a big rush, but you can build up your private side. You got to think about the people we might get, people that's out of state, children out of state, parents down here, the parents calling you. Right, you gotta rely on yes, advertising and market for private pay. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta do that, right? But it is a lot of clientele out here for private pay. Just to let you know that. It's usually a lower class of people, not to say it like that really don't have no, don't have a lot of money and things like that deal with Medicaid. Not to say it like that, but it is the truth of the matter. But it's a lot of people out here that will pay private to get their mom to the doctors or get their mom to that appointment. Sometimes you even had the kids that'll ride in the vehicle with you. They'll pay you. They don't have a vehicle. They get in the van with you. And we done had times where, or even when I was working with Mr. Morgan, we go pick up people. The daughter ride in the vehicle with us to the doctor appointment. They sit there and wait. They all get back in the vehicle. Then you take them back home. You know. So yeah, for non-emergency medical, you got to market. You got to advertise. You got to stand out. You know. Mr. Morgan, he's had people with him since he been in business. Oh, okay. Yeah, yard signs, man. I'm big on yard signs, man. People don't understand, man. Yard signs, man. I done made so much money off of yard signs for pressure washing you guys and child transportation in general. I literally built my two small businesses off of yard signs. Okay, so Sammy said he was getting $20 one way for Medicaid when he first started, right? So he was getting 20. That's what they was paying. I don't know what they was paying him per mile at a certain amount of miles, but he was getting 20. That ain't too bad. I mean, I guess you can make a little bit of money with that. I guess it's not too bad. But private pay, you can start. I started at 35. I'm going up to 45. But like I told y'all, the guy Morgan, he's charging $85 one way, $160 round trip. And I've seen that. Like I've seen the checks. So I witnessed it. But I'm gonna go ahead. How much money should you have to start? Me, I didn't have a lot of money. Somebody asked me that. I'm answering questions, but if something pop up, I'll go ahead and try to answer it, you guys. But I would say at least, uh, depending on how many vehicles you got, say 2 vehicles, you got them on credit, right? I would say at least 5 grand. You know what I mean? You want to at least have 5 grand, and that's if it's you and your husband driving or you and your friend. That's for ambulatory. Oh, that's for ambulatory. They was giving you 20 for that. Man, I thought they was paying more than that for ambulatory. I've never did ambulatory before, and I don't plan on doing it. Wow, but hey, I'd rather just build up my private side, y'all, and just take my time with it, and just add that type of stuff in, man. Just take it, be linked through those portals. Like I'm linked with NC Tracks right now. That's who you get paid through through Medicaid down here in North Carolina. NC Tracks. Guy had that NPI number and all that stuff. So for y'all that's thinking about Medicaid, you gotta make sure you linked up through those portals to make sure you can get paid in your state. I don't know what it is in every state, but you gotta make sure. And then they're gonna charge you. They're gonna charge you like $600-700. Yeah, they're gonna charge you. I know North Carolina they do. But let me try to get through this next question. If y'all got something, put it up there. I think you should have about, depending on how many vehicles you have, if it's just you and somebody else driving, I do feel like yeah, if it's no employees, maybe you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, y'all starting out. I mean, you can get it done with 5,000, 5,000 cash. Yeah, yeah, they had that here. That's one of the biggest ones in the United States. That's here in North Carolina also. I'm not linked with them. A lot of people are, but yeah, that's one you can use right there. That's a big one right there. I'm not against it. I think you should be linked with them, but I just feel like y'all need to build your private side also. Just don't depend on that stuff, man. I think you should do it, but don't depend on it. Yeah, they everywhere, y'all. I think they everywhere. I think they're one of the biggest ones in the United States. Yeah, but I think you should build up your private side. Put a couple hours a weekend on your private side, man. Get your marketing going. Put your yard signs out. Get out here, hit it hard, man. Go to the hospitals. Do everything you need to do. Just get linked with the right people. Because the more you get out there and advertise, the more you get out there and talk to people, You just never know when you're gonna get that phone call. So that's why I would do it. You just never know when you're gonna get a phone call. If you just stay consistent, advertising, going to these places, giving out your cars, doing your Facebook ads, you're gonna get some phone calls, man. I can guarantee you that. If you're not getting no phone calls, it's because you're not putting no work in. You're not out there getting it in, man. Um, so let me try to go ahead and get to that. I think you should have, I think 5 grand would be good with 2 vehicles if you're driving for yourself. Now, or if it's you and a partner, yeah, you can start with a car as long as it got some insurance on there. I don't know what transportation you talking about, but you're not gonna make do no wheelchair in there. But yeah, I know non-emergency medical transportation companies that got cars. Yeah, you know, you can. You just need the correct insurance. So let me get down to the insurance part there. Let me talk about insurance for a little bit. That's the biggest thing right there. You gotta have y'all gotta protect yourselves. Y'all gotta be insured. Now I have played around in the beginning. I think I had limo insurance or something. It wasn't the policy wasn't written up correctly to what I was doing. What'd you say, CJ? Go ahead, shut that door, man. I'm on the phone. You gotta get something. Uh, but insurance, yeah, you can use a car, but what I was saying was you gotta be insured, man. Don't play around with it, man. You know, you want to have your general liability. Go through a broker. Google broker. I've been telling y'all this for the last few weeks about brokers. That's how I was able to find my insurance. I didn't have any luck with calling insurance places, but the brokers was able to find me general liability. So, and then get your auto policy, your 1.5 million, your 2 million, whatever your state requires. Yes, you can use a car. You can use a car to start. You can, but as long as you got the correct insurance, as long as you registered through your DMV, once you register through your DMV, your registration will have your business name on there. It won't have your name on there. It'll have your business name on there. Inventory. Passion. I don't know if you asked me the first question, man. Let me see. I don't know. Okay, now I can see the my bad, y'all. But yeah, the biggest thing just having the right insurance you need, man. Whatever for whatever type of transportation you doing, you need to have the right limit on your insurance, you guys. I only got a couple minutes left on here, man. Um, Let me make sure I answer all these questions. I'm trying to. I don't even know how to pull the daggone comments up, yeah. All right, there we go. I'm trying to make sure I answer all the questions on here before I get off of here, y'all. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better with this, you guys. Bear with me. Does anybody else, out of the 6 of y'all on here, does anybody else have any questions? Hey, Sammy, make sure you email me, man. Let me try to see, can I write in the chat? I can send you my email. I don't even know how to do it, though. All right, so I guess I don't have no more questions, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, y'all. Um, but do what you gotta do, man. If you gotta do logistics care, you gotta get linked with those third party insurance providers to get a little work. Do it. Do what you gotta do, y'all. But definitely bet up your private side, man. And you know you can hire a marketing agency nowadays if you got the money. You can hire a marketing agency to cover your Facebook page, to do your Google word ads. You can hire a marketing agency to do all of that for you. That way you can build that private side up. And then, you know, you also can work for, you know, for logistic care, those type of places if you want to do that type of work. But I don't do it. But you can, but you don't know. You'll never know if the private side will work for you if you don't ever try to give yourself to it. Man. I use for yard signs, I use yardsforcheap.com. I don't do no, it's called I'm sorry, yardsignsforcheap.com. I don't really know about renting no passenger van, man, because I don't really know about the insurance with that, so I really can't answer that question. I've never did anything. Now, when one of my vehicles go to the shop, I can use that, and then my insurance cover the van that we use that day. But I do yardsforcheap.com. If you Google that, it'll pop up. I'm a little snuffy. Yards for cheap, and I do basic signs, but you can get. I think you get 100 of them for $99, but that's just the simple ones. You just put what you're gonna put on there. I think that's the 10 by 12. That's not the 18 by 24. Sammy said I would just buy a reliable van for 3 to 4 thousand. Keep your overhead down in terms of financing, if you can help it, right, man? Cause that insurance ain't no joke. You know what I mean? You always can upgrade and get you a better vehicle later on. But you know, some people, Sammy, they feel like they gotta have the best vehicle when they first start. You know what I mean? That wasn't me. My vehicles, they getting better and better each year, but I didn't start with no $40,000 van. Yes, insurance is expensive. Yes, it's not regular car insurance. I mean, I've had some people say they pay $1,000 a month. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm paying 400 at the most. But you gotta think if you got 4, 5 vehicles, that stuff add up. And then you gotta have the trips. You gotta have the work. You gotta have trips. You still paying for general liability. Then you still paying for your marketing. You know what I'm saying? Then if you got systems in place that you gotta pay monthly for, all that stuff add up. Then you got these high old gas prices. That overhead is crazy. That's why right now I don't want no car payments right now. I don't want it. I really don't want it. If I'd had car payments right now, uh, oh, that might be all right for where you at. You know, 600. Still, I'm paying about 4, but I don't know what state you in. And who did you go through for that quote? Who did you go through for that quote? Hey, who's there? Hey, you can come in. Oh, my bad. Come through the other. What's up? What you want? Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to. Oh, so that was just a regular insurance company. I would try a broker. I would try a broker. But if you know you're gonna make the money, I mean $600 ain't that bad when you break it down. Uh, I would use a broker, but $600 not that bad if you break it down. If you're working 6 days a week, right? 24 days in a month, and you split that 600 within them 24 days. You know how much you're spending on insurance a day. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you need to try to make a day, if that makes sense. That's how I try to do it. I try to break down per day, per vehicle, as far as the general liability, as far as the auto, as far as the gas. So example, if I all that added up, if I was paying once I break it down per vehicle, $120 a day that means I need to make maybe $300 a day out that vehicle to be in profit mode, if that makes sense. But definitely try a broker, Google brokers in your area, insurance brokers. You should be able to find general liability through your broker, and you should be able to find auto through your broker. They should be able to get you all that. And sometimes you may have to try two different brokers because the brokers deal with so many different insurance companies. You know what I mean? They'll be able to find you something. But if it ain't no more questions, y'all, any more comments, anything like that, I'm gonna go ahead and end you guys. You try to go progress directly, not commercial. Yeah, man, that's the same thing happened with me. It's like I don't know what's up. It's like you can't call them insurance companies. When I tried to call National General straight up, at one point they wouldn't give me the policy. Yes, I have a cash app. Um, but when I tried to do people calling me, I don't know what time it is. This mental health field. I got people calling me 10 o'clock at night, y'all. People just don't have no conscience towards your private time. And look, that's another thing I'm gonna have on the channel. I'm opening up my own mental health agency, y'all. So I'm gonna have videos coming on that. I'm gonna have an office and everything real soon. So I'm gonna have some good content coming, you guys. We can eat all this mental health. It all tied with the transportation and everything. But let me get back to what I was saying. When I tried to do National General, they would not give me a quote. They would not. But as soon as you use a broker, they give it to you. I mean, I guess now respect individuals when we call. So that's why I try to tell everybody, just go through the brokers, you guys. Use the brokers. Use the brokers. Well, I appreciate the 10 of y'all that's on here, man. Hopefully, we can grow this and I can get better with this stuff. And we can try to salute you too, brother. And we can try to start doing add-ons and talking face to face. That way we don't have to be reading messages and stuff like that. But my plan is one day, man. Now you ain't gotta send me no cash app right now. I appreciate it though. I don't even know my cash app by heart, to be honest with you. Um, but maybe I should start doing that. But I ain't, I really do appreciate that. But I don't even know the cash app. Um, man, that was my supervisor calling me, y'all. That's what that was. I appreciate you too, Letitia. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but my goal is to try to grow it, and we can do that. Do add-ons, and we can talk face to face. I don't know how to do none of that stuff. And then maybe once I get my office, if people close by, they can come down and okay, and we can do one-on-ones. Y'all can come out, check out our daily operations and stuff like that. Once I get my office. I suppose we getting in about 45 days. But anyway, y'all be blessed. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I probably do. I'm gonna start trying to do lives. I don't know, maybe twice a week. But I'll leave a post on when I'm gonna do another live, and I try to be more organized. I have a few more questions wrote down. Y'all be blessed. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I don't even know how to end this thing.